Why do I like science? I've always enjoyed science ever since I was a little kid, and I really like the natural side of natural products and how they work in our bodies and different chemicals that can make us better and healthier.
What I actually like the most about science is the fact that we are actually creating something or answering a question or gaining some knowledge that doesn't exist. So I know at the end of the day, when I get done with my career, I know that I will have added something to our knowledge base or to our understanding of the world, our own bodies that we didn't have before. And I find that extremely satisfying, that I know the work I'm doing, even with every little bit of step that's so tiny each day, in the end I will have made a difference.
The one thing that I love about working in science is I am always learning something new, particularly in human health and nutrition. I'm always learning about our bodies and our interaction with the world and how we can promote health within ourselves and within the people that we love in our community. That could be with our oral hygiene, our eye health, our gut health, and overall immunity health as well. So there's just a lot to learn, and it's really exciting.
What do I love about working in science? So what I love is there's always something more to learn, and there's always something that you can learn from someone else. So even if we take the human body, think about all the pieces. You have your organs, and then go down smaller. You have your cells, your organelles, DNA, amino acids, atoms, and then even further than that, quarks, right? And there are scientists that love every single part of the process. So that's what really gets me excited, is there's always something more to learn.
I really like working in science because it's always changing. So every day new discoveries are made and new papers are published, which makes it a really exciting field to work in.
As a technical service manager, what I do each day is actually not in the lab, but I use the science behind our products to educate customers as to how they can use our products, the benefits, how to formulate, stability questions, all that sort of thing to help our customers achieve their goals. So it's not a lab job, but I still use science every day in my job.
So a day in the life of my job is actually different every day. So there's never a day where I'm doing the exact same thing, and I really enjoy that. So my job is a merging of science along with more of a commercial and sales type of activity. So in a given day, I might be speaking with a customer, I might be presenting information to a group of researchers, I might be talking at a conference, I might be working with our R&D team internally here at Kemin to help design a study to answer a question about how our ingredient works and potential health benefits of our ingredient. So it's extremely varied and very interesting and exciting, and I like that challenge that every day is a little bit different.
A day in my job starts with connecting with my team. That begins with checking emails and seeing who needs help from me, and if requested, who can help me if necessary. Working in science is not an isolated experience, and so we're most successful when we are working as a team. After communicating with my team, I will review my experiments designed for the day and then head into the lab. Some days are lab heavy and I'm in the lab all day, and other days are at my desk reading literature, designing experiments, and prepping for future studies.
Today is a little bit different. Some days I may be in the lab, like today, conducting experiments. Other days I may be at my desk doing research on the next exciting idea for a product. And then other days I might be helping manufacture a product. So it's never boring.
Actually, when I started college, I had tested out of all of my science classes, and I specifically remember the first day thinking to myself, I will never take another science class again. Little did I know that I would go on to graduate school in neuroscience and a lifelong career in science. And actually how I got there was with the class I took. So I took a class, the professor was very inspiring, the content was very fascinating to me, and it started with psychology and led into neuroscience, and now here I am.
So I'll say that my interest in science came from some great teachers and some great parents. So my mom always encouraged me to ask a lot of questions, which had to be really annoying for her, but really great for me. And I also had some teachers who inspired me as well to learn about the natural world, to learn about space. Their passion inspired me to also be passionate about science.
I've been interested in the biological sciences, specifically animals and nature, ever since I can remember. But I had some really good STEM teachers throughout my primary and secondary education that inspired me to pursue a career in science.
So my advice to any students thinking about going into a STEM field is talk to as many people as possible. If you can, set up an informational interview, maybe over coffee or maybe at their workplace, and really ask them what they do, like what a typical day is like. Ask them what they don't like about their job, because if that's your deal breaker, you won't want to do that as well. But you can shadow. Shadowing is a great way to learn really like what it's like to do that sort of job, and just be open to possibilities. There are a lot of internships available, whether it be summer or during the year, and sometimes even take an unpaid internship. If it's really like your dream job and it's not a paid one, do it anyway. You'll probably learn a lot of transferable skills that you can use if you decide to go into that career.
My advice to students interested in pursuing STEM careers is to really find your passion. So it could be any area, but it's something that if you have a personal interest in it, then just explore it and see where that takes you. Don't be afraid if you have to pivot on your path from what you originally intended. I started out in anthropology in college and ended up in a behavioral neuroscience program. So you don't know where things are going to lead, but follow your interest and your passion, and you'll always be happy with what you're doing.
My advice to students pursuing STEM careers is to really get a hands-on experience with whatever it is that you're interested in. That might be research experience in the lab or biotechnology, anything that gets you a real life experience of what you might be doing in the future. This is the easiest way for you to see, theoretically I like it, but do I like it hands-on, and could I see myself being successful in this area? I would also advise to connect and reach out to people that inspire you, whether that be for an internship or researchers that you admire. In the science community, we're always excited about people excited to learn and very willing to help those who are interested in pursuing STEM.
So even if you're pursuing a particular job or career path, I suggest keeping your options open and always being open to new opportunities and possibilities. So a solid training in STEM will make you a great candidate for a wide variety of careers that you might not even know exist at this point. For example, I studied animal science in college, and now I'm working in human nutrition and health.
Okay, I would say on this, be curious. So I always hear from people, "Ooh, I'm not good at science." And I'm here to tell you that that's not true, because science isn't just a subject you learn in school. In my mind, science is a mindset. It's a way of thinking. So everyone, everywhere, is a scientist if you're just curious enough. If you're able to ask questions and then think to yourself, how might I answer these questions? You are good at science. So that's what I would say to students interested in pursuing a STEM career is be curious.